Highland barn a few weeks ago. 10 Land Rovers lined up like silent soldiers, Series IIAs and early defenders, each one looking like it had guarded the place through storms, winters, and stories nobody's written down yet, and one of them had something hidden under the seat that changed the whole vibe of the day. I'll tell you that part at the end. It's worth staying for. But first, hop in with me. Close the door gently, not because it's fragile, but because these trucks scold you when you slam them. Picture us cruising through a wet Glasgow night. Windows cracked, the mist sneaking in, raindrops tapping on the roof, that familiar diesel burble echoing like a heartbeat. That's what this channel is. Late-night conversations, honest engines, and the kind of storytelling you only get when you've burnt your fingers on a hot manifold more times than you can count. The first Series IA I nudged back to life looked like it had grown into the earth. Moss on the roof, cobwebs in the wheel wells, a faint smell of wet hay inside. But the moment I turned the key, oh man, it didn't roar. It didn't snap awake. It grumbled like an old dog getting up from a long nap. And then it breathed, loud, uneven, but proud. And once we hit the road, it felt like wrestling a tractor with a compass. Heavy steering that makes you earn every corner, gearbox noises that sound like two wrenches arguing, and a ride that tells you exactly what the road looks like without needing to see it. Prices for these barn rescues? Total chaos. I've seen a guy sell a Series shell for £1,200 just because his wife wanted her parking space back. Another guy wants £9,000 for one missing a floor. But give it a year or two, these boxy bruisers are climbing, people want authenticity again. Machines you have to coax and charm, not swipe and charge. One of the best drives I ever had was taking a rebuilt 80s Series across a gravel path near Loch Lomond. Fog rolled in low, headlights slicing through it like tired lanterns. The rain hit hard, drumming the aluminum body in this weirdly soothing rhythm, and the Land Rover, it didn't care. It trudged forward like it had made that exact journey 1,000 times in a past life. Every bump felt like a handshake from the ground. Every gear change felt like negotiating with a mule. And that's the thing, these Rovers give you little surprises every few minutes. A heater that randomly decides to work. A hidden toolkit behind the panel. A choke lever that suddenly feels smoother than the steering. They're characters, not cars. Now about that secret I found. One of the barn Rovers had a rusty metal box wedged under the passenger seat. Inside was a hand-drawn map, old paper, penciled notes, routes across the Highlands with scribbles like, "Do not trust this bridge, flooded last winter, and she almost rolled here." It wasn't just a map. It was a logbook of someone's adventures. Stories lived in mud, rain, and stubborn engines. So here's what I'll leave you with, in a world obsessed with perfect paint, flawless tech, and quiet rides. Would you choose a machine that rattles, leaks a little, but has a soul you can feel in your chest? Because these old Land Rovers, they don't just take you somewhere. They take you *, somewhere real *.